Pepper's Entertainment Television. Turn on the heat.
Hi viewers, வணக்கம் and welcome to Pa. இசையை மையப்படுத்தி அமைஞ்சிருக்கிற இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில நாம ஒவ்வொரு வாரமும் நிறைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான மியூசிஷியன்ஸை சந்திக்கிறோம். அவங்களுடைய மியூசிக் கரியரை பத்தி பல விஷயங்கள் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறோம். அந்த வரிசையில இன்னைக்கு நம்ம சந்திக்க போறது ஒரு சித்தார் கலைஞர். சித்தார் இது ஒரு நார்த் இந்தியன் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட். இதை பத்தி நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் அதிகமா பரிச்சயம் கிடையாது. இதை பத்தி பல உன்னதமான விஷயங்களை நம்மளோட ஷேர் பண்ண வராங்க the very sweet looking and the very talented Anupama Bhagwat. Thank you so much ma'am. ரொம்ப இனிமையா இருந்தது and உங்களுடைய இசை பயணத்துடைய துவக்கம் அந்த இசை ஆர்வம் எப்படி ஏற்பட்டது அத பத்தி சொல்லுங்க.
So I was born in a Telugu Brahmin family and my parents, my grandparents, they used to follow Carnatic music and then my grandfather moved to north, Nagpur and that's how they started learning Hindustani music.
Okay.
And I was nobody took it as a profession, although they were following it passionately. My father used to play the violin, my uncle plays the sitar, and my aunt plays the sitar. So I also kind of first I started with violin. When I was 5 up na violin start பண்ணிச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் my uncle was getting a new sitar for himself.
Okay.
So he said, why don't you try this older sitar? It is a smaller one. You can try that. So I just thought I will start learning that as well. And I liked it and somehow,
everything
clicked and it just happened.
So whom did you learn sitar?
So for the very basic lessons, one master used to come to our place, Sri R.N. Verma.
Okay.
And he kind of set all the basics and after about 3 to 4 years, he said, all that I could teach, I have kind of given it to you, but you have a lot of potential and you need to go to a great master who can offer you a lot more. So I was very fortunate that in Bhilai, where I grew up, Bhilai is in Madhya Pradesh. At that time it was in Madhya Pradesh. So I was very fortunate that a great acharya of sitar, a great vidwan, Pandit Bimlendu Mukherjee.
Okay.
He was living there only and so my earlier sir, Verma sir, he told me to go to him. And when I went there at that time, I was about 13 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a very interesting and life-changing um, thing for me, because that's when I really started understanding the depth of classical music, how much more it has, and all those things.
And you spoke about Hindustani music, and I would be very glad if you can elaborate more on that
Sure.
style of music.
Yeah, so I mean, predominantly in Chennai and here in South India, we all have Carnatic music, but in the north, mostly it is all Hindustani music that is very popular. Now, the Hindustani music originated what we call it as Drupad, which is the most ancient form, is what they say, and it originated from Samaveda and things like that.
Okay.
But then with the Muslim invasions and everything, a lot of Persian influence has also come towards the North Indian classical music, and that style is called as the Khayal style.
Okay.
And typically there is, again, as in Carnatic music, it is all based on vocal music. So even if Carnatic instrumentalists are playing, since they play the vocal songs only, right?
Right.
So same thing in Hindustani music also. The vocal is the predominant prevailing music.
Okay.
And in instrumental music also, we play the same ragas, and if we compare the two, Carnatic and Hindustani, there are many ragas which are common in Hindustani, but with different names. For example, Kalyani, which you have in Carnatic, we call it Yaman, or Yaman Kalyan.
Okay.
And like there is a Mohanam in Carnatic is called Bhoop or Bhopali. And there are many ragas which have different names, but are played in a slightly, the treatment of the ragas is different.
Slightly.
Yeah, so and also the gamakas, the way a note is rendered, the way a note is, it's like the pronunciation. If I speak in English and somebody from East India speaks in English, they have different accent, right?
Right.
It is a similar thing, I would say, but the tala structure is again very common. There are many common things. It's just the approach which is different in Hindustani music.
Okay.
And when it comes to sitar and the style that I play, I belong to a gharana called Imdad Khani Gharana. It was named after a great maestro, Ustad Imdad Khan. So try to emulate the vocal as much as possible through the instrument. I can maybe show how it emulates by playing.
Sure, be happy to.
Yeah. இப்போ நான் ராக் ஜோக் வாசிக்கிறேன். இதில் I will show how it is closer to the gaiki, the vocal style, a little bit, and then I'll go into the faster instrumental piece also, where the instrumental aspect is being shown.
பேசினதுல தெரியுது your passion towards music and playing this lovely instrument. So இவ்வளவு ஆண்டுகள் உங்களுடைய இந்த இசை பயணத்துல எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க and அதுல உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலான ஒரு பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ்னா அது எது?
Special, all the performances are big, they are growing experiences.
Right.
So definitely I consider every performance as special, but there are some moments when you realize that you suddenly come and experience the joy of performance, and I would definitely say there are more than one, but I could probably share one experience when I was performing in Bahamas. There's a yoga ashram, very small setting. The shrine is in the back, and the artists sit in the front and perform, and audience are there. This performance was very early in the morning because they have a early morning prayer session, so they wanted this to be a part of that session. It was like 6 in the morning, and it is right near the ocean, so very bright blue waters, and
wow.
Yeah, the nature was completely at bliss.
Okay.
And then the spiritual factor was anyway there, high energy. So at that time, you get so enchanted by the sound of your own instrument and how it can appeal, and how each note was just merging with the audience and with the settings. So I myself felt very special on that occasion. And then of course, I have played in US and in UK and other Western countries. Some of the places also gave a different kind of joy when you have different kind of audiences, where they don't necessarily understand the technicalities or the way the music is going on, but then they are touched by something
Right.
special.
Right.
So that has also made the performance special in some way.
Okay, lovely. And any instances where you've collaborated with different artists?
Yeah, I mean, being in West, I was lucky to collaborate with many different world artists, and I used to also be a part of a band called Global Rhythms.
Okay.
So I featured mostly as a guest artist in that, and then I also played as a guest artist in a very big ensemble. It had about, I think, some 200 members in that whole group, with choir and everything, and this ensemble was named as Shanti.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kanikeshwaran, who is also quite known here, he is the composer and the arranger of that ensemble. So I performed in that, and other than that I have played with some saxophonists and guitarists. And
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a good, interesting experience.
Lovely. So when you play with such artists who also play other instruments, so which instrument other than sitar inspires you to, probably just give it a trying hand?
Oh, I mean, there are a lot of instruments which I like as a sound, but I never thought, because this itself is a handful. It feels like one life is not enough to
True.
get the depth of it. But as I said, I mean, violin was always my first liking, because that's what I started with. So I always like the sound of violin and sitar. That combination is very nice. Then flute is also that way, the bansuri, and apart from that, string instruments, there are guitar and all these other string instruments are there. So I never thought I would try any, but yeah.
Okay. So நீங்க இவ்ளோ வருஷம் வாசிச்சதுல உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஏதாவது ஒரு பாடல், அது வந்து இப்ப நம்ம நேயர்களுக்காக. You have to play it for us.
Okay. Yeah. So now I'll be playing the folk tune. This is from the eastern side of India. It's called the Baul Dhun, or the Bhatiyali Dhun. This is a small song set to 6-beat rhythmic cycle. Bhatiyali Dhun.
நீங்க இவ்வளவு வருஷம் உங்களுடைய பயணத்துல நீங்க வாசிக்கிற ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் ஆல்பம்ஸ் இத பத்திலாம் சொல்லுங்க.
4-5 albums I have, which are like one was Sanj, which is Colors of Evening, and Soulful Strings. Then these are mostly solo albums in which Sitar is there. Then I also recorded one which was released last year, which was by the name of Ether.
Okay.
And this was released by a company in UK, and that was right before my UK tour, as a CD release concert also had happened there.
Okay.
Part of Darbar Festival, which is quite a renowned festival nowadays. So that was one CD, and this year also I released another album called Epiphany. And most of them I have selected some different ragas from different time cycles of the day. Meaning some morning ragas, some evening, some afternoon, like
that. So நீங்க பிரேக் முன்னால சொல்லிருந்தீங்க உங்களுடைய ஆல்பம்ல மார்னிங் ராகாஸ் ஈவினிங் ராகாஸ் இத பத்திலாம் இந்த ராகாஸ் எல்லாம் மையப்படுத்தி வாசிக்கிறதா. சோ அதனுடைய டிஃபரன்ஸ்லாம் என்ன? How do you choose the ragam? Tell me about that.
So this is again another interesting part about Hindustani music is with lot of research and from ancient times the ragas had been categorized around the different time cycles of the day. Just as our mood changes during the day, like early morning we feel one thing, then in the afternoon we feel another thing, another mood is there. So we have ragas which are very the masters, they thought that, or the composers, they thought they would be very appropriate if they are sung or played in the morning, or some ragas which are appropriate to be played in the afternoon, some early evening. So there is a time cycle of all 24 hours. It is divided into like 6 major categories. So each of 4 hours has been allotted what we call as prahar, meaning the morning pratham prahar, which is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like that. So late night also there are different ragas. So that's why when we have the whole night or whole day concerts, artists choose the ragas which they want to render according to the time cycle of the of that particular concert. Typically we have evening concerts, so evening concerts have been popularized. So there are nowadays endeavors to bring out morning concerts also. That's why nowadays people do a lot of morning concerts, so that they get to hear a lot of these ragas. Then we have also seasonal ragas like springtime ragas, then monsoon ragas. So this is something very different that we try to. Of course, if we are collaborating with Carnatic artists, or if we are collaborating with world artists, we can always come out of this thing, but we try to stick to the time cycle thing.
Okay. ஏதாவது ஒரு சின்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் காட்ட முடியுமா? Small.
So I'll first play a morning rag, and then I'll play a different afternoon rag maybe.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So now I'll play a morning rag, rag Ahir Bhairav. So now I'll play an afternoon raga. It's a rag Shuddh Sarang. It is again from the Sarang family, and this rag also has a little bit of movement of deer. So rag Shuddha Sarang.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was lovely and very new to us, and thanks for letting us know about something like this, and it's so unique. Yeah. It was lovely meeting you today. ரொம்ப அருமையான விஷயங்கள் சொன்னீங்க and ரொம்ப அழகா வாசிச்சு காமிச்சீங்க. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை நீங்க எல்லாரும் ரசிச்சு பார்த்திருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். மிக இனிமையான பாடல்களை ரொம்ப அற்புதமா வாசிச்சு காட்டினாங்க. ரொம்ப இதமா மென்மையா இன்றைய நிகழ்ச்சி அமைஞ்சது. இது போலவே இன்னொரு அருமையான நிகழ்ச்சியில வேறொரு இசை கலைஞரின் இசை பயணத்தோட உங்களை நான் சந்திக்கிறேன். Until then, Sridevi signing off. Have a great day.